Hey YouTube, WizKid Gaming coming at you, another episode. Today I want to talk to you guys about healing sets that if you want to be a successful healer in the Elder Scrolls Online, these are the sets that you should pick up. There's quite a few sets, some more important than others, and then also some fringe skills that you as a healer should also have, that you may not necessarily think that you should need, but are good to have, as just in case. All right, so let's take a look at some of the gear that you should have first. We'll go ahead and just run down the list here. Yorvold's it's a great healer set. What makes Yorvold so good is that 5-piece bonus increases the duration of all major buffs, minor buffs, and damage shields you apply to yourself and allies. This synergizes really well, especially with Wardens, all the buffs they give. It synergizes really well with Warhorn because it increases the uptime on the Warhorn. It's just an all-around great set for healers to be running. Next up, we have Olorym's. Olorym's set is a fantastic set as well. It was nerfed recently, but it's still an effective set that all healers should at least have on them. Maybe not necessarily run for every encounter, but have for the encounters where it is necessary. And what makes Olorym such a good set is the 5-piece bonus as well. What it does is it lays down a circle on the ground when you cast an area of effect, heal, and if someone walks into that circle on the ground that it leaves behind, they get Major Courage for 28 seconds, which increases their weapon and spell damage by 430 for 28 seconds. It's huge. It's great for your group damage. It's something that every healer should have. In addition to Olorym's set, another set is Sanctuary. Now, Sanctuary is not run that often anymore. It's seen some nerfs itself. But if you're a new healer and you're looking to pick up some sets, Sanctuary is a very easy set to farm because it drops out of the Banished Cells, which is one of the easiest dungeons in the game. So it's not a bad idea to go pick it up and run it until you get some better sets. Next up, we have Worm's Raiments. Worm's Raiments is a decent set to have on you. You may not necessarily run it all that often. It just depends on the needs of your group and what your trial leader wants you to run. But what makes Worm Cultist so good is the 5-piece grants magic recovery to you and up to 11 of your group members within 28 meters of you. Next up, we have Winter's Respite. Winter's Respite is not something that you as a healer should be relying on. Now, granted, it does have a nice healing ability for its 5-piece. Casting abilities that leave an effect on the ground will create a circle of healing frost for 10 seconds. You and your group members restore 2,964 health every 1 second while inside that circle. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. So again, it's just another heal that's placed on the ground. It's really good if there's a lot of group-wide damage and you're struggling to keep people alive. What makes Winter's Respite so good is it's easily picked up because you just go to the Guild Trader, search Winter's Respite, buy it, throw it on you. It's a great set for people who are creating healers but don't have the healer gear yet. I would recommend going and picking up Winter's Respite. Next up, we have Spell Power Cure. Spell Power Cure has recently seen a resurgence with the nerfs to Olorym's. Spell Power Cure's 5-piece is what makes it so great. When you overheal yourself for an ally, you give them the target Major Courage for, it's 5 seconds normally. I'm running Yorvold, so this is 7 seconds, which increases their weapon and spell damage by 430. Spell Power Cure is a great set to run. Me personally, I like running Spell Power Cure in Yorvold's. In addition to those armor sets, monster sets that you'll see a lot of healers run, I only got one on my person right now. I got some more in the bank. Bogdan's Night Flame is a great set for healers to run. Some other sets that you'll see healers run. Sentinel is very common. It's probably the most common healer set. Earthgore and Symphony of Blades. Those are the 4 monster sets that you as a healer should pick up. In addition to that, some sets I didn't show you but are definitely must-haves. Hollowfang is a very good set. You should be picking that up. Zen's is kind of a fringe set that you see some healers run sometimes. Martial Knowledge is another set that you should consider picking up. It's also really easy to pick up because you can just buy it off the guild trader. Master Resto Staff, the Grand Rejuvenation Master Resto Staff that drops out Dragonstar Arena, is a must for healers, especially the more effective healers. You're gonna run it on one of your bars. And then another shout out, Timeless Blessings, the Asylum Resto Staff is worth picking up too, that you probably won't run all that often, but it's fun to play with from time to time. Alright, so segueing from the skills to the gear that you as a healer should have. Now this is specific to the Warden, though there are some skills that you as a Templar will pick up that aren't class specific. Obviously I'm running right now, I have Enchanted Growth, Radiant Regeneration. I run Inner Light sometimes, I flip this with Healing Springs other times. Combat Prayer, Budding Seeds, Healing Thick on the front bar. Back bar is Aggressive Warhorn, Elemental Drain, Fletcher Flies, Expansive Frost Cloak, Blue Betty, Energy Orb. In addition to these heals, some other abilities that are worth picking up that you as a healer will be called upon to run. Sometimes I'll run Elemental Blockade, especially if no one else in the group is running it. It's definitely something that someone in the group should be running. I run Lightning Destruction stuff from back bar, so being able to throw down a wall of elements, and what that lightning wall of elements will do is it'll set people off balance, which increases the group damage. In addition to that, Crushing Shock. Sometimes you may need to help with the ranged interrupts, so just having Crushing Shock at the ready is a nice thing to have. Healing Ward. Sometimes you may need to throw out wards. It's a good thing to have. Illustrious Healing, another great AoE. I run that on my front bar sometimes. Moving down the list. Barrier. I run Replenishing Barrier. It's a great heal to have. Sometimes I run that on my front bar instead of the Healing Thicket. Cleanse is an important skill to also have. You as a healer need a way to cleanse people. With the Warden, this is how you accomplish that, is by picking up the cleanse ability. Now I morphed it to Cleanse rather than the other morph that reduces the cost of casting it. This morph will heal people for 5% of their maximum health if a negative effect is removed from them. One last move you'll sometimes see healers run is Blood Altar. I don't run it all that often. Generally speaking, tanks should be running Blood Altar, but you know, if you find that no one in the group is running it, it's not a bad ability to slot, and you know, it helps with the passive healing for the rest of the group. It takes some pressure off you as the healer, because people are just life stealing to heal themselves in that case. These are a lot of the skills that you should have picked up at the ready in case the occasion arises that you need to have them. I'll give you guys a quick look at my character screen. This is simply with so this is with just a food buff on and nothing more. This is my front bar. This is what the stats look like. There you have it. That's what I got for you guys today. Peace.